Hey guys, I'm going to make a pendant using this antique dragon die. This is just the force. This is the actual die. It's probably from the early 1900s. We have the, I've made a copy of it, so it is available on our website. I wish I knew the number, but I don't. Anyway, so we're going to use a piece of silver. This just happens to be 20 gauge. And you can definitely do this in a 20-ton press. This one is set up, I have it adjusted to about 20 tons or so. I'm going to put just enough urethane to cover, you don't have to cover the piece. If you put too much urethane, you won't get any impression at all. It'll trap it. What you want is the metal to be driven to the bottom of the mold, the urethane to flow out and fill the mold. So I think I'm going to stick with just these two pieces. You know what? That's probably too much. I'm going to go with just one piece of urethane. That's all we're going to need. Place it in. And done. And break out my pocket knife. And there's our dragon. He'll look better once we antique him, and you'll be able to see see all the details and stuff. Oh, it's just a little cruddy. Okay, great. Okay, we're going to make some more parts to this pendant. So this is going to be the outer framework. So I'm going to use a pancake die, 20 gauge silver, to punch out the outer frame. Eventually, someday, I'm going to have one of my own presses to use. But today, we're using this one. There's one piece. I'm going to see if I can get my third piece out of here. You can pause it again. Punch number 2. And now let's see if we can get a third. It's going to be close. This is actually a little bit too close to the edge, but my silver is super hard. Let me get a little better there. The silver I'm using, I've rolled it myself, and so I've made it super hard. It has not been annealed, so it'll probably work fine, but that's pretty close to the edge. You'll all find out in a second if I'm successful. Oh yeah, sounds good. Yep. So if your silver is super tough, you can do that. Alright. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to trim this edge off so that I can sandwich it. It's going to fit in between these, like a stack. So I'm just going to use my saw. Hopefully not break any blades on camera. I better slow down, I'm going to break a blade. A lot of times people take little short strokes like that. You shouldn't. You should take big long strokes with your saw. And a lot of times people seem to get these saws with like a 6-inch deep throat. We're making jewelry, not hubcaps. So you don't need a deep throat. At least not for sawing. That should be edited out. Or don't edit it, I don't care.
I'm not explaining.
Okay. And I'll take my file, round it up a little bit. So what this is going to do, there will be no soldering on this piece. You'll be able to build the entire piece with just cold connections. So if you're not so hot at soldering, you can still build a really cool piece of jewelry. But you will have to do some sawing. But between the pancake dies and the impression dies, you can get 90% of the way there. What I'm doing is just getting this kind of even, because I want to use this lip on here to trap it in between. I'm going to make a stack of 3 pieces. And that should hold it in place. And if you work your way around, you can kind of get a pretty decent circle. Okay, so there's that. I'll set this on top of this. One of these is going to be the back of the piece. Then there's going to be a piece in the middle. And then there's going to be a piece on top. The reason I'm doing a piece in the middle is to gain a little thickness so the piece doesn't look cheap. So I'm going to cut out the center of this one exactly the size of my dragon. First, I'm going to trim off these little tabs. There we go. Here's my file. Then the big decision. Do we hang this thing on the diamond? Like that? These aren't, I don't know if they're symmetrical enough. I think it's going to go like this. And we'll put a bail on it someplace. Yeah. I'll leave the back solid, but if you were of a mind, you could pierce out a cool design in the back of it. So, go ahead and kill it.